Like I said, I was going to have music, but I guess I don't know how it's going to work, so I'll just have to, I'll do the best I can.
We'll sing.
Sing. Fellow Toastmasters, Madam Toastmaster, and honored guests. Ballroom dancing has been a part of my life ever since college, when I first learned to dance. At UC San Diego, I liked a girl named Vivian who had joined a ballroom dance class. So I decided to join the class also. And by being in the class, I thought it would be a good way for us to communicate. Well, she dropped out of the class. I kept taking lessons. After a while, that first year, I learned 9 different dances. Then I went to UC Santa Barbara and liked a girl named Andrea. Now, Andrea, her sister was an East Coast dance specialist. We took lessons with her sister, and I got pretty good at it. And I loved East Coast swing. And after college, I still danced. When I met my wife, my wife-to-be, Nancy, we decided to take lessons at the Pasadena Ballroom Dance Association. They were an interesting group, and they specialized in all different types of dance, but especially swing also. The nice thing about that is that swing ended up being the dance that I chose to do pretty much almost exclusively. After not very long, she actually came to love the dance as much as I did, which was just great. At our wedding, we decided to do something very unique. Most people get matchbooks or napkins with their name emblazoned on them, but we did. I got a 45 RPM record of Glenn Miller's In the Mood, which was our song, and on the cover, the slip cover, I had printed In the Mood for a Great Life Together, Mark and Nancy Richards, 11/12/89. And that was at everybody's place setting. Then I went to, after that, I just continued dancing actually from time to time whenever it was possible until my life changed in 1998 and I was no longer able to dance the way I could. But the music is still in me. Whenever I hear songs, I identify with the dance and identify with the music. What I like to do tonight is show you 3 different dances, which are my favorites. But first, let me explain something that I'm going to do. I'm going to show you dance positions and certain moves. You have to imagine that there's a partner here with me and that I'm standing. We'll do the best we can. In order to get started, and by the way, in the back, I have printed out copies of each of the 3 different dances, their dance steps. So if you're interested, you can certainly take a packet. In order to get started, let me show you some of the basics. One of the things that I would always do as a dancer is I would hold my left hand up so that the woman could rest her hand on mine. I would take my right arm, put it behind her, and rest it on her scapula. And the reason for that, not on her neck, but on her scapula, the reason for that is I could use my hand to control her and to help pivot and direct her. She would take her left arm and rest it on mine. Rest it on my right arm. So let's start with Foxtrot. And again, I wish I had the music going. I had it all prepared. Foxtrot has a very specific rhythm, and it's a slow, quick rhythm. So whenever you hear a foxtrot type of music, you can identify with it. So again, getting into dance position, I would simply walk forward and go slow, and then to the side, quick, slow, quick, without me falling off the stage. And you can do this in very different ways. You can actually do turns, but it's always to the slow, quick rhythm. The next dance that I really loved is the waltz. There are 2 types of waltzes. There's the Viennese waltz and the American waltz. The Viennese waltz is absolutely stunningly beautiful. It's the one you've seen in the old movies from where they try and emulate it in the 1800s. And you'll see the couple spinning around a ballroom. The key to that is the dance steps. The people have to get their feet in exactly the right spot, otherwise you'll trip. But the American waltz is what most people do over here. And the American waltz is designated by having a down, up, up beat. In fact, so is the Viennese. So in other words, we'd be, again, in dance position, and it would be to the tune of down, up, down, up. And that would be done to in a box step. You can do it in I can do it in a slot. There's lots of different ways of doing it. You can do turns. Again, the same thing, is just it's a specific beat, down, up. Now, my favorite dance, as I mentioned before, is swing. East Coast swing in particular. And its variants, such as Lindy Hop and Balboa and Jitterbug. When I had to learn these dances, I really had to scrutinize what it was that made these dances different from one another. Because in order to get it in your head, you really have to associate it with something. Now, swing, you've all heard it to Rock Around the Clock and a lot of 50s and 60s songs. And the way that works is it's a triple step to one side, triple step to the next side, and a rock step back. So it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, rock step. Now that's the traditional way. But there's also variants like just a single step, rock step. And that's the basic East Coast swing. Now, a variant is called Lindy Hop, and Lindy Hop is just so cool. Think of Lindy Hop as being dressed up in the 40s and a zoot suit with a wide-brimmed hat. I think of Jim Carrey in The Mask, if you can picture that, right? And he's all dressed up like that. He's just, it's very cool and suave, and you're going past each other. You're going into one another, and you pass each other, and you turn, and there's turns, but it's very rhythmic, and it's very, very cool. So, even though I can't use my legs, I can't dance like I used to, I still think about music a lot. I think about the fact that there's out there, and one day I will dance again and still have the music in me right now.